Welcome back to the channel, teams, ladies and gentlemen worldwide. I appreciate the support so far. If he is only watching this first time, subscribe to the channel. What a result today! 5-star result. Leigh Griffiths is back. The tea cake is back. What a hat trick! What an absolute hat trick! First of all, the first goal looked like it was offside. Nah, it was never offside. You look at the angles of it, he was never offside. Look at second goal, immense finishing. That is the Leigh Griffiths we've been missing before 2020. That was the Leigh Griffiths we were missing. And he is back. No question about it. We're all calling the jury out and saying, play him next Sunday. Play him against the Huns. Let him score on eye blocks. Shut the fuckers up. And especially the ones that are all singing, Leigh Griffiths won't fucking be there for 10 in a row. He'll never play football again. Yeah. He has 8 goals. 8 goals in 2020. More than the fucking marquee players of the SEFCO have. So they can get the fuck. And Chris Boyd, I'm sure you're fucking sitting there now feeling like a dickhead now, aren't you? Because you're a tick. You're an absolute tick. And I'm glad he's fucking proven you wrong. He's proven loads of you wrong. And what a man. But overall, I'm delighted from. I'm over well for Leigh Griffiths. I said prior to the window closing, I was like, look, if he goes on loan to Hibs, it won't be a bad decision. If he stays at the club, I wish him the very best, and I hope he gets himself together. And he has. He has. And look at today. He should have been playing against Livingston the other night, starting against Livingston. And he really has made an impact to this team. This new formation, this link play with Edouard is just, it's deadly. It's there's no word to say, way to explain it. It's deadly. Like, it's vicious. It's gonna be vicious next Sunday. I am more than confident going there next Sunday and smashing them. Let them keep the allocation behind the goal. Let them be deluded. Whatever they want. It's over. It really is over. And Sefco won't do nothing. Steven Gerrard won't do nothing. And I'll tell you one thing. Has Steven Gerrard ever won a league? Has he ever won a league? Nah. But overall, regards to that performance, obviously Edouard scored as well. We can't forget El Alston scoring, and Callum scored a beautiful penalty as well. 5 smashing goals from the champions. I've done a picture a couple of weeks ago saying, here we go, Leigh in a row. Leigh in a row. Or Leigh we go, 9 in a row. They were the 2 ones I said. And you know what? He's doing it. He's doing it. It's not all about scoring goals all the time. He's getting assists. He's putting the shift in. He's playing well. Since he's came back, I can't really say anything bad about him. I really can't say like, oh, he's been absolute dirt. He hasn't. He really hasn't. And you know what? The character for a man to come back and do that, and it's in any job, it's phenomenal. He really is. Like, we're all praising Tyson Fury about winning for coming back from mental health issues and stuff like that. Leigh Griffiths is our ambassador for that. Leigh Griffiths is the man for that. He deserves the respect. He deserves the credit to come back and the way he's playing. Scotland need him. Scotland need him starting, and that's a fact. They need him for that playoff. They need him, and that's no question about it. Leigh Griffiths is back, and I think not just from one performance, overall it's been getting higher and higher and higher, and he's getting back to, in the mentality. Even the interview after, I don't think it's hit him yet. And you know what? I just want to give a shout out to his family, to his mum Gloria, to his brother Aaron, people I've met. I met the Griffiths household, and I'm delighted. I'm really delighted for them more than anything else, that they could feel like it's all coming back, you know, like Celine Dion or something. It's all coming back. But good performance. The only bad thing I could say is Bruni got booked, but you know what? It's only a booking at the end of the day. Quite comfortable. St Mirren gave us a bit of pressure in the first half. We made a couple of changes. Obviously, Tom came in. Tom played quite well. Christie came on for him. And Nusi came on for Edouard. And another positive thing today is, besides a clean sheet for Fraser, Al Hamid's back. He's back. He's back in contention to play for next Sunday. I wouldn't start him. I'd play Beaton. I think Beaton is being class. Near Beaton is composed. Simidovic, no, I'm sorry. I do not like criticising players, but Simidovic, I wouldn't even put him near that. I wouldn't even put him near that bench for next Sunday. Don't get me wrong, he's had a couple cracking games and Ibrox in the past, but that's the past. We got to look to the future. And Simidovic at this time in the moment, the form's not great. I'm sorry, but with Julian, Ayer, and Beaton in there, composed, Taylor looks quite well. James, he played quite well. They've all played quite well. You know what? And I think Edward is a different player now with Griffiths. I know Edward is a phenomenal player, but I think when he has Leigh there, he's getting the best out of himself. And just as I said, there's one person that we need to thank. And sometimes he gets it wrong, sometimes he gets it right, is our gaffer, Neil Lennon. You know, he's had to get in a team that's on the brink of doing 9 in a row. He's at the delivering us a League Cup. He's at the delivering us into the last second half of Europe. I know we got knocked out of Europe, but to get to that stage, it's remarkable for Celtic. Now, when people say we're a big club, we should be playing Champions League football, but the circumstances is, start of the season, games got to us. There was a lot of turmoil going on with the attorney, and it happened. But Neil Lennon, fair play, absolutely fair play. Overall, 10 corners, 10 shots on target. Looks quite comfortable, you know, and no disrespect to St Mirren, but I think a lot of us were expecting 4 or 5 nillers anyway today. And I was saying, you know what, maybe it's the sake that we're being too greedy, but when we're playing football like that, it's not being great, it's just facts. It's results, you know. So, Stevie G, let's see what you can bring us on next week. I don't think you can bring fuck all to the table, to be honest with you. I think this will be our farewell game. Chris Boyd, sit at home, stay at home. Sky Sports, I don't know what they're thinking, even appointing you. Absolute knob ends. But do you know what? It's all about Leigh Griffiths. Drink your Buckfast tonight, Leigh. Drink your Lucozade. Eat your tea cakes. Do whatever you fucking want. You deserve it, bud. You deserve it. And you know what? Every Celtic fan will back you. And we have backed you. Some people have doubted you. But you know what? We're backing you. And I'm sure. Because I went through mental health problems myself for 2 years. I don't like talking about it publicly. But not like the stage that some people has. But to see what you've came through, it gives everybody motivation. You know, there's always a light. There's always a light out there. And Leigh, fair fucking play. Fair play. You're an ambassador. You're an absolute idol to people for what you've done. And I hope you scored a winning goal to get us 10 in a row. I really do. I know it's overall it's 38 games to do a title, but Leigh, hope he does it. Do you know what? He's over 100 goals. He's just, you know, I'm excited. I'm excited for him, really am. And fair enough, I've had a couple of bottles of Canadian, but I'm overwhelmed from him. As I said, I know his family quite well, and I wish him the best. He is Super Leigh Griffiths. He has the title back. He's Super Leigh Griffiths. So subscribe to the channel, Tims. Hope you let me know what you think. 90 subscribers away from the big 3K. You know, get the treble K. Get the treble K in before the end of the season. I appreciate the support from worldwide, wherever you are. I hope you have a fantastic Saturday, a beautiful Sunday, and a great motivation Monday. If you think you're getting the Blues going into Monday, don't be. I'm going to be playing the Huns next week. And you know what? Your motivation, just look at a picture of Leigh Griffiths. That's all you need to do. Or Neil Lennon. That's all you need to do. Champions again. Hail, hail. Enjoy yourselves.